All right, y'all. What is good? What is good? What is good? What is good? What's good? What's good? What we do is go back. Ah, ah, ooh, ooh. Bro, ain't no way we're getting a new content cop, bro. Yeah, bro, this is insane. After like how many fucking years has this guy not made a content cop? Like content cop, content cop, content cop. So yeah, iDubbbz made a content cop on H3 Productions. This happened. This he uploaded an hour ago, and we're gonna react to it. It's gonna take us about an hour, so I wanted to start the stream early, and yeah, so let's get rid of these bad boys.
Who says any fucking thing. Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group
Bruh.
that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
Oh shit. The content cop? Yo, classic content cop? Bruh, this is classic content cop.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy
Hassan Dicker?
Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement.
Alright, before we go deep dive further into this, Hassan's a little bitch.
I finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
Oh
Wake
shit.
Up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Oh shit.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
Okay, no way he added the fucking chick. I forgot. She said something along the lines like, "Oh, like the United States Army, whatever, deserves PTSD or whatever the fuck. Ain't no way he added her, bruh. We can all agree that she was ass. Got to hit on that one. Whew. Good push.
Ethan, wake up. Wake up. Soon, anyone? Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm listening. Nobody's telling you to wake up, Ethan. Yummy, I love Sabra hummus. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Wake up.
Yeah, I kind of like this though.
Just wake up.
All right.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people.
Bruh. Doesn't matter which side, bruh. Like, all in all, war is bad. We can all agree. We can all agree, right? War is bad. War is not good. It only just creates a cycle of hatred. I learned that by watching Naruto. So, war bad.
Who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so...
Dude, I remember the Trisha Paytas arc. I was watching, like, a little bit of H3 here and there when Trisha Paytas was there. I forgot, like, they had a little series, I forgot what it was called, Trisha Paytas. Like his... The fucking set was like cut in half. Like one side was Ethan and then one side was Trisha, and they'll order pizza and shit. I don't know. I was watching that at the time, and then I really like Sneeko. Then the Sneeko arc came in, and then fucking dude, just like a lot of shit happened during that time. But I don't know.
He's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
Was just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know
frenemies.
who made that joke in 2021.
That's what it was called.
That's
Fucking
really burn.
I think it's
frenemies.
a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli, she served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer, so this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea, essentially.
Okay, see, that kind of like makes sense. Yo, what's good? And Kevin. In a way, that kind of makes sense because his wife is Israeli, so in a way he does have to take like a side. And so Hassan Piker, however, he is a political. He like sees it in like a political way. I don't know. I honestly, like, we got the. I don't know.
Actually means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, you know, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers, he's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, you know, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb.
Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits. And everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse. Fucking dork.
Denims, by the way, was the real...
that was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking Bill House.
Real villain of the video. Evil, hateful fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
No,
that was funny.
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like iDubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this tweet. It's stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word, he said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese, and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that iDubbbz's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information, and that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's at like a IDF baby kill.
Dude, like, it's kind of weird how you can't, like, sit still because of, like, all the pills you've been taking. Like, what is this, like, salt water? I mean, salt water's good, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDubbbz's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't...
Like, the H3 Productions, I don't know. It's also, it's all, like, I'm not saying you're a bad person, like, bro, watch whatever you want, bro, but like there are certain things on the internet where it's just like pure brain rot. And I'm not a political guy, but like when it comes to politics and like, you know, like debates and whatnot, like it is entertaining, but at the end of the day, politics is dumb. If your whole personality is just politics, you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself.
Want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got, was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that.
Bro, what the fuck?
I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
And
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't gonna cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn
Never.
of Satan?
It's disgusting.
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
it's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
Like, who is this for?
They never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down.
See, I'm kind of lost in the whole, like, Ethan Klein arc. Because, dude, a lot of shit fucking happened.
With that, and what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that, and you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing.
Crew.
Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking
All I'm getting
job
from this so
to
far
confront
is
my
that
boss and
Joji
say,
is the one who
"Today's
truly won.
segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like my favorite segment to be a part of."
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends,
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, cause like why?
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people
Really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm.
Plus of enemies. You feel really bad. You feel hurt. But you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people. He goes on to talk about how bad Sabra Hummus is on his show. Looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been, and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid.
I don't know,
But
man. Like, I think. Do you guys like? I think he can make a comeback if like his Content Cops are like more relevant. I don't per se. I'm not really sure. But then again, like, Content Cop was a long time ago. That was a time where YouTube was all like less strict. Yeah, I'm not about to watch a whole hour of that. I'm not about to watch a whole hour of that shit, bro. Video was trash as fuck. The local live community. This is the local live community, so like, it's like Boogie298, guy that faked cancer, Keemstar, they had Wings of Redemption, but shit happened behind the scenes. Well, it was behind the scenes, but yeah, he's no longer part of the show anymore. So it's just these two. Do you think it's too last minute to get iDubbbz in here to tell him how much this Concept Cup sucked to his face? Nope. Bap. Like, first of all, it's an hour. Like, let's be real here. We're not gonna watch a whole hour of a Concept Cup. I remember Concept Cup was like, what, 15, 20, like, was it 15, 20 minutes? It wasn't like a whole fucking hour. Like, I was waiting for, like, you know, little scenes here and there, you know, if like him going to like the sewer or some shit. We didn't get any of that. I just follow you on X and would appreciate a follow back. Yeah, I'll follow after the stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a whole hour. I'm not about to watch a whole hour of Content Cop, bro. That's asking too much. I mean, but then again, it is a comeback. I don't know. Ethan Klein of all people. I mean, it's not a bad choice. Ethan Klein sucks. What do you think, Anna? Do you think Ethan Klein is a good person or a bad person? Gene Fried opening this huge mystery box. Edward 20 hands in a self-driving car. Yeah, that's crazy. How the fuck are... Another Content Cop. PS6 handheld, what we know. Yeah, apparently they're making a new PS5, PS6 soon. Oh shit. My mouse can like fit into Keemstar's eye. That's pretty cool. Look at that. He has part of the mouse, the like it synchronizes.
It's the same old thing. Boogie is lying while King is trying to talk to wins. They be bullshitting, spitting.
They still have the intro from. They need to change it.
Fuck around you like it's one in your brain. Hey, low cow, Nick. But it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Low cow, Nick. But it's the loud cow. It, you clicked it just now. Now Boogie got his nipples tippled from a hippie Twiggy who was pretty but shitty towards little Stevie, and 50 years later we all paying the price. But Wings had things that only kings could dream on this history. He leaked to the show and we all paid for it twice. And if page 5 stays like the bird shit
this song slaps. I'm not gonna lie.
Gentlemen, slap like on the stream. Get those likes in, I'll let all the non-members chat.
You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Low cow, Nick. But it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you watching it. Low cow, Nick. But it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Low cow, Nick. But it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Now Keen's theme is the Scream team, but mean stream to his team and later come clean. But it was all a dream and he owns everything. And the Iron team was him.
Yep.
And the stream team's keen to be the mean king, and the mean queen is Boogie's lean tween who needs keys.
Come on, guys, we gotta hit 1,000 likes. We hit 1,000 likes. I'll let the non-members chat. I'll let you chat. All stream. You gotta get it. Shout out
Bruh, should I join? I'm spending too much money.
400 likes, you're 600 away. Hurry up, hurry up. Hey, Mac, talking smack with the one gifted out the gates. A bird, welcome to Band World. Miss Lady Loyalty with a 1 month. Farmin' and more. Remember for 7 months cash cow. Oh, good Lord. A lot of them coming in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the absolute worst podcast on all of YouTube. You're watching LOL Cow Live. We are back. We are
Bro, I fucks with this
Show
podcast.
must go on, energy. Today we got a big one. We're reacting to the content cop.
Is this copyright?
Lucy Fina with a 1 gifted. Thank you. I hate to put the spoiler out here, but it's complete trash. But we're gonna react to it. It should be a lot of fun. Let me.
So what if
Boogie
I
on
should make a
the
content cop?
line. Where is everyone? There is no one here today.
Yo.
No one.
Yeah. I bet there's a lot of people who don't give a flying fuck that Content Cop is back. It's more of like we're old heads, right? We've been doing this for a while. The last Content Cop came out pre-pandemic, man.
Pre-pandemic. That's crazy.
Dude,
you know,
it's so bad. It's so fucking bad. I cannot wait to react to it and rip it a new one. But
you know, the worst part about it is, I'll preface this by saying, it started off so strong. That intro, I was like, oh shit, this
super
actually.
chatted $19.99. Who was the guy you won't interview? Is it Joe Exotic?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not interviewing Joe Exotic anymore.
What happened?
What?
Tell me, give me all the details.
What the fuck?
He was accused of abusing animals. I just lost my dog, so it's just yeah, that's that. And then when we have him on, he's just gonna promote his fucking crypto coin. So I'm not having him on.
Yeah, 100%. I'm 100% on board with the fact that they screwed the pooch. It's one thing for the jail to be under lockdown and he can't make it today.
Does
I'm not
Boogie have a
Joe, okay,
Demon
okay.
Slayer
But then
gaming
you
chair?
send a representative and it's like, yeah, we'll be doing the interview through me. You remember he said that to start? And then like his immediate response was, we're just so excited to promote our bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you. You're not here for an interview.
He lost the opportunity to our platform. It's our platform. You know, we normally have way more viewers. Today it's kind of slow. But yeah, we offer them our platform, and they tried to push some crypto coin on our fans.
Which
So-
at the end of the day, like, had we gotten the interview, and at the end of the interview, it's like, hey, we got a few projects going. This is one of them. I wish it wasn't that. But, like, yeah, you were due that. You're using our platform to promote when you missed the interview. Suck my dick. I'm 100% on board with this.
Somebody in chat said there's crossover between us and H3 show, and they have like 61,000 people watching them live right now. So that's maybe why our shit dipped.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, iDubbbz knew exactly what he was doing. You and I were talking about, he normally drops the shit at 2 p.m. No, he waited till Ethan was going live and then dropped it at the same time Ethan's going live to bait Ethan. Because Ethan's, unfortunately, fairly easy to bait from time to time these days.
I think this is going to be
Black Belladonna
fucking
super chatted
hilarious.
$20. Major W for not interviewing that animal abusing low loser, Keen. So
Yeah.
much respect gained.
You know,
at the end of
the sad part about it is, that I wasn't thinking that way.
Bro, I like my new controller.
Before Skip. That's the sad part. You know, I'm pretty disappointed in myself, but it is what it is. Me and
Oh, yeah,
Blade
Keemstar lost his
a
dog.
friendship 'cause he
R.I.P.
threw a dog when he was drunk, and I'm like, nope, can't be friends with you anymore. Like that's just hits me on a personal level, and I don't know what it was because it was Tiger King or whatever. I don't fucking know.
I was once told that you can. I was once told you can judge a person by how they treat animals, right? In this world, And like, don't get me wrong, I was raised around some old countrymen. They put their dogs down when the work was done, and they could no longer be work animals and stuff like that. Like, but you treated your animal so well, and Joe treated this animal so fucking badly. It's probably a pretty good thing Joe's rotting in jail.
Yeah, maybe. For some reason, my fucking thing is all messed up here, where I can't get my members on right. For some reason, I have no idea what the fuck is wrong with this thing. But let me fix this real quick. Shit, I don't know which one. Maybe it's this one.
Purple Flirp super chatted $20. Too bad iDubbbz never made that boogie content nuke. Then we wouldn't have to deal with his BS nowadays.
Look at me. Listen to me. I want you to make the content nuke right now, iDubbbz. I faked cancer. I wasted all my money on crypto. I then went on to promote crypto, the prostitution
Bruh.
thing.
He's only saying that just to get clout.
Some of the prostitutes. Interview Desi. You can come to my house. You can fucking, please, do one on this show.
Yeah, at least it would be funny. Like, this is not funny, I promise you. This is horrible. All right, guys, listen. We have 759 likes. If we get to 1,000, I will let you guys talk, the non-members. If not, we're making it members only. So you decide. You got about 5 minutes here, all right? How much of this did you watch? Because I watched about 15 minutes, and then I fucking gave up. I was like, this is dog shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I
what I'm fucking saying.
The first 15 minutes, and then I let the rest of it play in the background as I fucking snapped with Desi. So I got a good chunk of what the rest of it was, and the rest of it's bad. It just, every time I'd wake up, I'm like, oh, wow, it's still really bad. And then I go back to sleep.
The best part is the fucking beginning, but it's funny for all the wrong reasons. Killer Cobb, welcome to Cash Cow.
Like, I thought, like,
All
bro,
right, guys are at 840.
it was a good intro, and then it just went to shit.
Okay, you're at 900. You need 100 likes. If you want to talk, God damn it, get that shit in there. All right, I'm gonna start this thing. We got to get this thing going.
Before you start it, let me one more thing. Clip this, send it to Ethan. Okay, or Ian.
Calamity super chatted $19.99. Keen, I was banned from the Discord yesterday for making a poll at a time that I shouldn't have, and I take accountability for that. I'm sorry, and if given the chance to be back in the Discord, I promise it won't happen again.
Hey guys, when we ban certain people from the Discord and from the community, the last thing we want to see is you guys spamming like free so-and-so. So that guy was like doing polls. Should we free Twiggy? Well, you found out how your poll worked, right? There's only one person that can actually vote, and it's me. And you got banned. Go fuck yourself. Anyhow.
Damn.
Yeah, before we start this thing, Ian, I'm begging you.
Damn.
Watching this today made me want funny, sarcastic, carefree Ian back so badly. I said this back in, 5 years ago? I miss old iDubbbz.
What does it
I don't
mean?
The racist, fucking shitty asshole guy. I'm talking about the carefree, funny, sarcastic, fun to watch guy. How the fuck do you refuse to be that person? I cannot understand it. I understand. We all grow up. We all grow out of it. But why could you grow out of being funny? Why could you grow out of being entertaining? Get your shit together.
I'm going to be able to answer those questions as soon as we get into it. Javi, welcome to Cash Cow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Let's do this. To the guy that's asking to get unbanned, moderators, figure out who that is and unban them. All they did is a poll, and I banned them off the Discord. You can unban that person that donated.
This is my
and but don't do that. When I ban someone, don't do the fucking hashtag free someone. Like, because bro, you're basically saying to me that I'm a fucking idiot or something. I banned Twiggy for a reason. He did like 3 horrible fucking things. And by the way, did you see Twiggy came out with a new video today and he said it was all a master troll and he's just got everyone in strings?
Of course, it's the classic Becky. I was just playing a character. It was just a bit. And Keemstar's on record having said, don't ever even say that because it doesn't work. It just makes you look even worse. Twiggy, you dumb motherfucker, you're a retard.
It just makes him look so stupid. It makes him look so stupid. It's like, Freshy Fresh, welcome to Ban World. All right, let's jump into this thing.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized
such an insane harassment group.
I'm sorry, but fucking Ian or fucking iDubbbz has the worst tattoos on the fucking planet. It literally looks like those fake tattoo stickers they give to kids. Like, his tattoos are so fucking bad. Him and his wife's. I don't get it. I don't know how you guys can walk around in public with those fucking things.
They walked into a tattoo art parlor and said, "What's the most cliche thing you can do?" And then they got it.
They're like, tattoo artists, can I get a snake? Can I get a fucking anchor with a bird on it or something? Can I get a bird on my... Brad, what the fuck? What? These tattoos mean absolutely nothing to these people. They just decided, like, they were in the mall one day, you know, iDubbbz and his wife, and they walked into a Hot Topic, and they were like, "Cool, bro, let's go get some tattoos." Like, literally. Wait, what? Their tattoos make no sense. Welcome to the band world, Arthur Scott.
That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
Yeah, during this sequence, right for one brief moment, I had hope.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I had hope.
Yeah, I want to point out the tattoos. What?
Can I get an eagle on my chest? I really want to get an eagle.
Missed Her B super chatted $50. You guys are awesome. God bless you guys.
Oh,
Thank you, miss.
$50. Oh my God, I haven't seen a red dono in fucking days. Or maybe I did see some yesterday, and thank you for all the love. But no more condolences, please. We're trying to heal and move on, and I know y'all have my back 100%. Guys, we will be doing 1.5 speed, but not at the intro. The intro, we got to play normal speed.
See, the intro's good, but
You want to know why the intro is actually pretty good? It's because of the song. The song's nostalgic. It's the nostalgic. Yeah. That's why people like that intro. Holy shit! Stop, iDubbbz. Stop what you're doing. Freeze! Mel just gifted 20 fucking members.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, now finish your jumping jacks.
see, it's a good intro, but bad content.
Okay, we can stop right there. That's was the best
entertaining part.
Yeah, that was the best part of Content Cop. All right, everything from now on will be complete trash. It will be bad. Are you guys ready for this?
It is so frustrating because once again, that intro, I'm like, oh my God, what if he's back? Like, what if he's entertaining again? Even if he's wrong about Ethan, at least it'll be entertaining. Wah, wah.
All right. Before we get into this, just in case someone out there really doesn't know the backstory, I'm going to give you a general backstory, okay? H3H3, Ethan Klein, and Hassan Piker used to be in a podcast together called The Leftovers. And then the war heated up with October 7th in the Middle East with Israel versus Palestine. And basically, Hassan Piker's position is fuck Israel. You know, that's his position, okay? And Ethan Klein's position is let's have peace in the Middle East, all right? I know these are very, very generalization of what took place, but that is overall their takes, okay? And they got into a big feud and broke up because of that. And we've talked about it many times right here on Locale Live, on Drama Alert, or all over the internet. Basically, Twitch is a place for like extremist views for basically pro-terrorist people. Like, they support terrorists. It's wild, bro. It's absolutely wild. And it's gotten so bad that the CEO of Twitch, right, is the one pushing the Hassan Pikers and what are the things that they what are the people that they call that like spawn underneath another creator? What are they called? Destiny Orbiters. Yeah. The Hassan Piker Orbiters. There's like probably about like 10 other streamers on Twitch that love Hassan Piker and just back up all of his extreme takes and whatnot, and they get clout by sucking Hassan's dick. All right, his Orbiters, right? So this is the feud that's going on. All right, now recently, all right, to bring you up to speed, a couple of these people on Twitch and whatnot that are Orbiters of Hassan and terrorist supporters, okay, have been going after Ethan Klein and Ethan Klein's wife. And some of this stuff has been personal, like affecting their real life, right? And Gila and Ethan Klein got upset because they've been friends with iDubbbz and Anissa for years. And Anissa and iDubbbz are friends with the terrorist supporters, okay? So Ethan and Gila are thinking that the terrorist supporters, right, would get yelled at by their good friends iDubbbz and Anissa. That's not what happens, okay? What happens is iDubbbz and his wife make a content cop on Ethan. And the start of this content cop is the terrorist supporters and iDubbbz. Look at that.
Yup.
Bruh.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more...
It is true. It is true. Hassan Piker, it literally is true. These are your takes. They've been well documented, well recorded. Yeah. There's been articles written that Twitch has a big problem with fucking terrorist supporters on their platform, and you're the poster boy for it. It is true. It is fucking true. It's actually a fucking fact.
More attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up.
And at this moment, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
iDubbbz supports the Twitch terrorist support group.
Yeah, like it's just...
Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
And now the Orbiters are coming.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up. Ethan, wake up.
Oh my god!
And then when she came in,
Frogan!
that's like in Mortal Kombat X, bruh.
It is just so surreal to see this intro because, like, how did you not know how this was going to play? Like, are you purposely cutting your own career's throat? What are you doing?
Frogan, the terrorist supporter, has teamed up with iDubbbz to take out H3H3. What?
Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
And
I don't know who that
Black
is.
Guy, I don't know who that is. I don't know who it is. I know. Do you know who that is, Boogie?
No clue.
No clue. No clue. Bro, you... Let's move on.
Wake up. Since anyone? Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react.
Okay. Stop.
Yo.
iDubbbz, Frogan, the other two are doing the Fortnite dance, the Fortnite L dance behind Hassan Piker. Somebody in the chat said token black guy. Thank God someone in the chat said that and not me, which I almost said.
Right, of course.
Yo.
Thank God somebody in the chat said that and not me. You guys need to understand something, and it's so crucial, right? Frogan is a Hassan Piker orbiter. This girl, whatever the fuck, I can't remember her name. She's a Hassan Piker orbiter. This black guy, Hassan Piker orbiter. And now it appears
Kind of reminds me of Andre from
is now a
Victorious.
Hassan Piker orbiter. But really,
Temu Andre.
that's not true. That's not true at all. Because iDubbbz is not the orbiter. You know who is the orbiter of Hassan Piker, though? His fucking wife.
Bingo. The person that has manufactured the last few years of Ian's life as he drove his career into the ground also manufactured this tombstone for it.
His wife. His wife is an orbiter of these Twitch people and always has been. Go look at her Twitter. Go check out her timeline. Go check out who she's friends with. These are all his wife's friends, bro. The only reason why this video exists that we're watching right now is because of the person that runs that marriage. Anissa Jamba.
Content yet, chat.
I'm the same. Nobody's telling you to wake up, Ethan.
Ooh, yummy. I love Sabra hummus.
Bro, what the fuck?
Man, he was
So
having
confusing.
so much fun.
Wait, are we actually gonna watch it now? I don't want to watch this, bro.
All right.
Oh,
I
he got naked. That was so funny.
It's so extra.
That was so super funny. All right, it's time for 1.5 speed, ladies and gentlemen, because now things are going to get extremely boring. Guys, thank you already for 29 new members. Good Lord.
Plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's got to be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot. It's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about...
Yeah, basically, thank you, Cynthia Breyer. I don't think it's going to read your dono because we were on the video. To summarize, we're all watching a bunch of morons. Yes, you are. To summarize, like I said earlier, long story short, you know, H3 and his wife, Hila, were upset that fucking Anissa and iDubbbz wouldn't defend them. They were friends with them for years. And they've been in this epic battle with the terrorist supporters of Twitch. So, this is why this video exists.
Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple
Dude,
years.
I don't want to.
So Ethan, as you know,
Are we
is a
really
content
watching
creator
all of this?
Who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast...
Doja, thank you for the 5 gifted.
With Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface-level, progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
No, as 100 shavers, you trans women, I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
What the Nancy invented was okay.
So the point iDubbbz is trying to make here is like, hey, in 2019, Hassan Piker was talking about the Middle East. And in 2019, H3H3 was making jokes on his podcast. In 2020, right? Hassan Piker was talking about the Middle East. And 2020, Ethan Klein was making stupid fucking fart jokes. This is the point he's trying to make, which is no point. Like, I don't fucking get this. All right? Like, this is Hassan Piker's grift, his job, to talk about these extreme political views. It always has been, right? Someone else could have a different career, make different content, and still be educated on a fucking topic and give an opinion on a topic that's in reference to some conflict in the Middle East.
Even worse, though, by the way, he says Hassan is one of the very few people who have the qualifications to give a comment on what's happening in the Middle East. Fucking what?
Yeah. I don't know. Last time I checked the Constitution, I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure so does iDubbbz, so does every American fucking retard. Yeah. I hate when people do that. It's like, dude, you have no authority, iDubbbz. Shut up.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
It's just eating the toppings out. The pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine. You know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political...
This is just dishonest. He clearly likes the state of Israel. I'm sorry. Ethan Klein has criticized the state of Israel multiple fucking times. Yeah. Multiple fucking times. All right? Like, it's just... This is just more gaslighting from these fucking people. It's just... The whole argument, the whole video is starting on a false pretense.
Bruh.
Streamer. So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers, he's now talking about it on his podcast.
Does he not know from the river to the sea? Do you think iDubbbz knows what that means?
No.
It means take out fucking Israel. Yeah. Like, does he not know that?
All right, I'm not about to watch. I'm not about to watch all of that, bro. I'm about to play some Clash Royale. Bats. Right. He got me good. So now I'm gonna pour Goblin Hut. bitch ass.
Let's steal the show. Don't call me eyes on me. Nice to meet you.
Nice. Tanks. No, for his eyes, thank you. bitch. Oh yeah, boy. That was easy. Wow, they actually fucked me up. That's crazy. Oh yeah, boy. I'm just getting started. Just getting started. Son of a bitch. Bro, Goblin Hut is like that. So yeah, the iDubbbz, bro. You already saw it. I couldn't even see it, bro. That shit was terrible. I thought I was gonna get some classic iDubbbz. This thing got some shit. All right. One more win. pretty cool. Fucking Boger. Oh, he is fucking me up. No. Yo, that's crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Shadow Clone. Apple and cinnamon. Oh, Katoon. Damn, what was 3-star that shit? Christ, Mokime. He's a maniac. Oh. I did it. Master. Alright, I'm thinking about it really. I'm getting fucking hungry. Alright, y'all. Tune in next time. We play more. The fucking iDub shit, bro. That shit was terrible, bro. Like, that shit let me. That shit got me fucking hungry and tired, bro. Goddamn. But, so next time, I love you guys. Peace.